Hey guys, welcome back to Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys coming by the channel to spend some time with me today. And guys, today we're going to be talking about the old chunk, the big salty chunk by Zoom, which is the exact similar, or it's very almost an exact duplicate of the old Uncle Josh Pork Frog. Guys, this trailer is absolutely my favorite jig trailer. Not many people use it, it seems like. It seems like everybody has gotten to a different type of trailer. But I'm going to talk about, guys, the advantages of using this chunk style trailer on a jig over any other type of trailer, and give you guys some tips and advice on how to really modify it and how I like to rig it up in today's episode here. I'm also, guys, for get started, a couple quick things here. We'll be talking about jig fishing today, and I will have my Blaukat Throwback jig in my tackle warehouse link in this description. My Blaukat Throwback jigs, guys, are all hand-tied living rubber skirts, attention to detail second to none on these things. And I'll also put the Zoom big salty chunk trailer in my tackle warehouse link in this description too, if you guys would like to get set up. And also, guys, speaking of jigs, just a quick reminder, we do have a brand new color out in my Blaukat Power Finesse throwback jig. We now have what's called the Randy's Clearwater Green Pumpkin, and this is a hand-tied, not a collar, it's a hand-tied silicone skirt designed for clearwater situations. A great color if you have water visibility over about 3 feet. I'll put the Cumberland Pro Lures link in the description. This is a limited run color. You can only get them through the Cumberland website, so I'll put this link in the description too. A really good jig for clearwater situations. Okay, guys, when you're talking about jig trailers here, a lot of people use the curly tails. It's like there's something about jig fishing now. Very few people, use the old school chunks like this. Everybody goes to the Rage Craws or Critter Craws or some type of curly-tailed leg trailer. And don't get me wrong, those things will work. But guys, I can tell you right now, somebody that has been a hardcore jig fisherman my entire life, and 90% of the tournaments I have won, including, all of my Bassmaster tournament wins, have come on a jig with a #1 pork frog or big salty chunk like this. This catches the bigger fish by far, and most of the old school expert flippers prefer this type of a trailer over the curly leg trailers. Now, there is a time that I will use a curly leg trailer occasionally. And for me personally, when I use a curly leg trailer, it's in two different situations. It's in a situation if I'm fishing a little bit cleaner water. Say, for example, I'm jig fishing and the water is 3 or 4 foot of clarity where there's a lot of visual. Then sometimes I'll use the curly tails because of the action of the curly tails. And then another time, I do like a curly tailed trailer if I'm fishing around aquatic vegetation. So if I'm flipping, like reeds and hydrilla and milfoil, that type of stuff, I like the curly tail on that. But for everything else, all of my straight hardcore pitching and flipping around any type of wood object or flooded cover, I'm using the chunk style trailer. It creates a big bulk to the jig. It just attracts bigger fish. And most of the expert jig fishermen will tell you that. Okay, now first of all, let's talk a little bit about how you want to put this thing and unrig it. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when they rig a chunk style trailer is they rig it upside down. They rig it like this. Let me put it on here. They rig it where this part of the chunk is on top. You don't want to do this, guys. This is not the way to rig it. You want to turn it the other way. But before you do that, I do a little bit of modification. Now, the first thing I do is on the front of the chunk here, I'm going to cut some of the mass of the plastic off here. And what this is going to do, it's going to give me a bigger hook gap. That plastic's not going to be in the way, and it's also going to give my chunk a little bit more action. And then you got some ridges here. I'll knock those ridges off because you don't really need those on there. It just makes the chunk a little bit more uniform, takes away some of that plastic. And then also I'll split the chunk all the way up to the bottom so it's split like that, gives it more action. And then when you put your chunk on, make sure that you want to go back and forth for a while. You want to get this channel going, because if you don't, a lot of times it'll stay too stiff on the hook. But I like to pull that out and sort of make a channel here back and forth to make it where that chunk is a little bit more mobile on there. And I've got the situation set up like that. But anyway, guys, short video here. I just want to encourage everybody, guys, try this Zoom Big Salty Chunk or a pork frog. I'll put the Uncle Josh pork frog link and my tackle warehouse link in this description of the video too. I still use pork frog sometimes as well, but I have not a feeling, I know guys, if you go to the old style chunk like this, you're gonna catch bigger fish than you do if you have your traditional curly leg trailer. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.